Hello everybody and welcome back to our channel. My name is Kenny. It's a beautiful afternoon here. It's about 75 degrees and we want to show you our apple tree. We have many apple trees here, or really about a half a dozen, but we want to show you one in particular. So you hang around and we're going to show you this apple tree. Okay folks, we are here at my apple tree. I want to show you my apple tree. I've got 4 apple trees here close together, but I want to focus on this one here, if I may, because it's one of the oldest trees that I have. I've got 4 delicious trees. I've got 2 red delicious and 2 golden delicious apple trees, and this is one of my golden delicious apple trees. It has got several apples on it, and it's kind of surprising to me because back in early spring when they were blooming, it got hit several times with a massive killer frost. I'm talking about a killer frost, and on top of that, a freeze that was incredible, and it has surprised me with a lot of apples that are on it. Now, this tree here is about 13 years old. Now, I usually top my trees every year, but last year I did not do it because I thought the tree was kind of beyond bearing. I don't know altogether how many years they will produce a lot of fruit, but I didn't top it this past year, so it is really bushy, if you will. It's really thick, but it's still got quite a few apples on it, really more than I thought we would have, considering the frost that we had. But this tree is totally organic. We grow these apples. I never use any type of sprays, insecticide. I never do use any of that stuff on my apples. No way. And the only thing that this tree has been fertilized with, I will show you. First, let me show you the base of it. It is big in size. It's about 13 years old, and it's about 8 inches in diameter. And the only fertilizer that's ever had is horse manure. That's the only type of fertilizer that I have ever used on this tree. I just put it around the root system, around the base of the tree, and I bring it out just a little bit for the root expansion, and I just put it on there. I don't put nothing else on my apple trees. Now, this tree has been a real good producer over the years. And I'm telling you, I have seen apples on this tree that we actually weighed these apples, and they were like 12 and 13 inches. Now that's a good size apple. But if you will notice in my tree, it's also a habitation for birds. Right up there, you may not be able to see this, but I'm going to try to. I don't have a zoom on this camera, but there's a big robin right up there on that limb. It's got its head sticking up. It's listening to me talk, but it's going to hatch its young out very shortly. Robins, we have quite a few of those around here in the spring, like they're everywhere. But this one here, they always build their nest in my apple tree. They like to build their nest in apple trees. And I've got that zoomed in. I've really not got it zoomed in, but you can probably see that if you look closely, that big robin there with its nest. Now, but getting back to the apples. When I started growing apples a few years ago, I decided that if I couldn't grow them organically, I would not grow them at all. It saddens me that there's only about 1% of our farmers across this country that are organic farmers. That's kind of sad to me, because you think of the other percentage. Seemingly, you would think by this being this way that just hardly anybody cares whether or not it's organic or whatever. But listen, why do you think, let me ask you, why do you think, that it's that way? Well, most people just think it's so much easier to spray for bugs and use synthetic fertilizers on just about everything that they grow. But what you put into your apple trees, what you put into your vegetables, what you put in the ground that grows into your food can also go into your body and make you sick. It can. There's another shot of the bird. I'm within 5 foot of this bird that's sitting on her nest, and you can probably see the tail of the bird, or you might even see the nest pretty good. But if it's not organic, folks, I'll be honest with you, I will not grow it, or I will not eat it. It matters. It truly matters. I believe that a lot of the illnesses that we have in this country is related to a lot of the chemicals in it and insecticides that is put into our foods. I believe that. I truly believe that. So I find it's very important, and really important to me, to grow whatever you grow, whether it be apples, whether it be beans, whether it be whatever. Grow it organically. That's important to me. So I wanted to share this with you. I'm going to get one more little shot, hopefully. This is a very large apple tree. I mean, it's huge. Get one more shot of this bird at another angle, or it might just fly off if it sees me. It might not. We'll see. Yes, I wanted to point out that I have grown fruit on this particular apple tree that weighed, I think I mentioned it earlier, the fruit on it, the biggest apple that I've ever gotten off of it, was 13 ounces. I don't remember the diameter of it, I don't remember, but it was 13 ounces. And the next one I had was like 12, and it went down the line to about 11. Maybe it's the horse manure, do you think? That's kind of abnormal for an apple. So could it be that the horse manure had something to do with it? And like I said, it's only had horse manure put on it for fertilizer, and it's about 13 years old. So yes, I believe that that could have had something to do with it. I think we got a better shot. There goes the bird. She said, "Leave me alone. Do not disturb me. I'm hatching my young." So we're going to call it quits there, and that bird can come back to her nest. So listen, I hope you enjoyed my little apple tour. You have a blessed day, and we'll talk to you later.